Hey y'all, welcome back. Lobuz Crafts here, and we're going to be doing a very simple whip and chat today. I'm actually going to be crocheting. I kind of wish my lighting was a little better, but again, that's what happens with natural lighting. I finally found a totally different SD card in order to film this because I was like, where are the rest of my SD cards? Currently uploading some videos, so I figured while I wait for my computer so I can do some editing, just do a quick whip and chat with you guys. I am crocheting today. This is actually probably going to be about my crochet journey. This is just the other craft that I mainly do. This is my everyday try to keep myself sane kind of meditation work. I do have Max with me in the back, just so you guys know. So I figured I'd let you guys kind of jump in with me, and we just keep it a very short whip and chat today. So, but I am working on a blanket. This is for my niece. Her birthday's coming up, and she's actually going to be, I believe, 7 this year. And she wanted a blanket for her birthday, so I obviously figured why not crochet hers. This is if you guys saw my cinnamon swirl by Karen, the impeccable unicorn, which is loops and threads, and then the big twist reviews that I had going up. That is this blanket. I'm finishing this off and making this a little bigger with some leftover Amazon yarn that I had that I think would look nice with this blanket. So that's essentially that. But I kind of wanted to talk about like my crochet journey, kind of tell you guys how it started, how it transpired over the years, and what exactly I'm doing now with it. Only because I feel like, you know, you guys are so used to me diamond painting on my channel that me incorporating my crochet is kind of like throwing the algorithm off. So, like I said, I figured I'd just do a short whip and chat while things are uploading because why not? So I actually started to crochet when I was about 9 years old. My aunt actually, I think I stayed with my aunt, my grandmother, for like a week growing up, my sisters and I. I'm the eldest of 3 girls, and my aunt wanted to like kind of show us how to crochet. She does blankets constantly. Someone's always having a baby around her. That's actually how she kind of makes her side money. She always has made blankets and beanies and just other things. This is actually my very first crochet hook. It's an I-9 to 5.5, and this is actually the Susan Bates out of Mexico. This is my very first hook. And I've always kept it. I never got rid of it. My middle sister and I seem to have taken a liking to the crochet. My youngest sister is not as crafty, but she got the singing talent. So, with that though, she, you know, taught us the basics, basic chain, the slip stitch, and specifically double crochet. The double crochet is mainly what she uses for all of her projects, so that's kind of the one that I ended up just taking a liking to, like that. I also feel like it's probably part of like my ADHD that I have. For some reason the double crochet is just okay with me. But she had us do chains for like ever. Just chain after chain after chain. Flip, chain, 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 chain. So although it started with her, I think I continued it on. Always found myself kind of looking at patterns when I would go into Michael's or AC Moore. We had an AC Moore growing up. We had a rag shop growing up. Obviously showing my age. I'm 31. So I was always into it. I always kept, like I said, kept my hooks. I think I've always kept a little bag like I do now, just with my yarn ball and a crochet hook. When I felt like it, I would practice. When I felt like it, just to kind of make my hands move, or just felt jittery or anxious, I would crochet. I would be left with my thoughts to crochet. As I got older, it became more of a thing where when my friends started to have babies, and like, you know, I started my fertility journey. That's really what kind of got me through, is making blankets. My favorite really is actually what I'm doing now, is a granny square. I had to teach myself how to magic circle and granny square. Obviously right now I'm teaching myself how to amigurumi, which is fun. I find patterns all the time, but like, I definitely need specific yarn for specific things. I'm still getting used to it. I actually dealt with like someone DMing me on my Instagram about, so I did like a teddy bear for my husband, and I used the Bernat Big Plush line, which I would never use again. It was like the first time I ever used that specific yarn, and fine. I used the little amigurumi eyes and the little amigurumi nose. My husband loves the bear. I get compliments on it all the time. But like, the comment was just kind of sideways. Like, it wasn't really productive, or constructive rather. So like, amigurumi is something I'm learning. Behind me I have like booties that I've done. Obviously you guys saw my solar system. But I do have plans for, you know, trying other new like patterns. I kind of just go to what I know, and I kind of just always have 4 or 5 different WIPs when it comes to my crochet now to do so, because I need something to constantly hold, like be in my hands. It's become part of my routine to, while I'm like watching TV, or I'm just kind of not in the mood to move out of the bed, this is what's kind of calming me. So my thing is to, I think, especially when it came to my fertility journey, you guys, if you guys have been with me long enough, whether it be on TikTok, Instagram, or even here on YouTube in my older whipping chats, I talk about how hard it's been. My husband and I did try for 3.5 years. We dealt with 2 separate fertility specialists. The first one's kind of wasted our time. The second one knew immediately what the problem was. I did have stage 3 endometriosis, and right after my laparoscopic surgery, I was put on prednisone for my MS, because I do also have MS, and I'm currently in the situation I'm in, pregnant now. But I feel like the crochet kind of helped me through it, because although there was babies being around me, I have this I'm very strict that once I hear that someone's having a baby, I'm making you a blanket. Every child deserves a homemade blanket. I have 2 of my homemade blankets that were made for me when I was actually a baby. Currently, like if you guys see behind me, I have like the sunroom. My aunts made me blankets while I was a baby. And they are crocheted. They are handmade. My aunt specifically taught us how to crochet, for the mere fact that this is kind of probably a dying sport, although I know the pandemic probably brought it back to life, and now everyone's kind of finding it as a meditative way to control their emotions, control their mind, their hand. This is something too where I'm glad that I'm not the only one who can do it, but I know that I'm like the only one of my friend group who actually does do it, along with all the crafting. I feel like, you know, this gave me some solace, because although at one point I thought I could never have a baby, I'm making someone else who does have a baby, you know, give them something sentimental. In a lot of cultures too, you'll find that, you know, just buying a baby gift isn't actually adequate. You're supposed to actually give something homemade for the baby. Although in Puerto Rican, there's a lot of different cultures. Like I know, I have a family member, she's married to someone who is of African culture, from Africa, I forget which country, but in their customs, you always hand make something for the baby. So she got blankets from me. On top of, you know, the actual gift. You know, it's always nice. I'm kind of looking into like the NICU areas around here because, you know, I think those are the babies too that kind of deserve it the most. That you should always have like a nice blankie. I slept with a blanket actually up until about like I think 25 years old. But I wanted to kind of like give you guys like where this came from. Like this wasn't an out of the blue craft. This wasn't an out of the blue thing that I wanted to show on my channel. I mean, I love crochet. I mean, I don't think I'm really capable of teaching it. I'm no Juan the Yarn Addict, but I enjoy this. This is a part of my life I enjoy, and I wanted to share that with you guys. You know, it's something different. And even if you don't crochet, there's other things that you could do with yarn. You know, there's a lot of yarn crafts. My mother-in-law just made a beautiful like wreath with yarn for my son's bedroom, which will be going above his door. It's really nice. And like my sister's knit. My one sister knits. You can punch needle. That's fun. My mother-in-law also does the loom knitting. But this crochet, this is my thing. This is my go-to. Because I run my mouth. And for me, I have a tendency to say things, whether people want to hear them or not. You want to keep me quiet? Just let me sit in my corner and I'll do this all day. But with that being said, like I said, this is a short whip and chat. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.